There are places that capture your heart the moment you arrive. This is one of them. Nestled along the shores of Galveston's exclusive Beachside Village, a coastal masterpiece that blends modern luxury with the timeless rhythm of the ocean. 12-foot ceilings, walls of glass, and light flooding in from every direction, revealing sweeping views of the Gulf. At its heart, a chef's kitchen designed for unforgettable moments, anchored by a grand white oak island with Wolf and JennAir appliances ready to inspire. In the primary suite, serenity takes center stage, a freestanding tub framed by sea and sky, a custom-designed closet that feels like a personal sanctuary. Step outside to Trek's decks, a breezy summer kitchen, and a covered outdoor shower made for barefoot beach days. This isn't just a home, it's a feeling.
Welcome back to the channel, Inside Houston Real Estate. Today we are literally steps off of the sand down in Galveston, and we're about to tour inside an amazing 3-story beach house with an observation deck that has incredible panoramic views. So before we take you on the inside, let's talk about the exterior of this house. Look at the size of the driveway. You can get many cars here if you have a boat. It's nice and deep. You can see the 3 levels here. The observation deck is on the top. We're going to take you upstairs in a little while. From the outside, you have 2 garage doors. On this left side, it's 1 car deep. On the right, it's 2.5 cars deep, or a great place to put a boat under some cover. I love the fact that you have stairs going up each side of the home. So let's take you inside. All right, so we are still in the front of the house on the driveway side. This home has multiple decks for your enjoyment. So take a look at the size of this deck. Easily get a ton of outdoor furniture out here. You have lighting at the top. The home has already installed a security camera system. So let's go inside. All right, so we just stepped inside the front door entry. And the first thing I want to point out, you have a glass panel door. You also have a window above, allowing a lot of light to flood through. This home, as we go through, folks, has tremendous amount of windows. And when you're at the beach, what more do you want? You want sunlight to be able to come into your home and give you that feeling of being outside and inside out at the same time. Now you have 12-foot high ceilings. You have 8-foot high door frames. And stepping into the front here, you have a bedroom to the left and you have a bedroom to the right. So Morgan, follow me this way. And I want to point out, as we go through this home, the beautiful flooring that is done. It's definitely a beach vibe. I like the window configuration here. It's not just 1 window. You have 4 windows here. Very high ceilings, window on this side as well. And you're going to see as we go through this home that every bedroom has an ensuite full bathroom, which is great. So let's take a look at this ensuite bathroom. Nicely done. Beautiful cabinet and countertop here, very long mirror, high ceilings, but this is a really cool feature. Instead of having a glass door that opens up and pulls out, you have a sliding door here, almost feels kind of like a barn door. And Morgan, you can take a look in here. Look at the tiles surround. It goes all the way from floor to ceiling. You have a frosted window maintaining some privacy. I really think this is beautifully done. You have some cabinet space. And then right behind the door coming into the bathroom, you have a closet, nice light in there. And they really use nice shelves and rods as well as we go throughout this home, and solid doors as well. All right, follow me this way. And just across the entry hall, you have your secondary bedroom number 2. And this is set up with built-in bunk beds. So folks, if you're a large family or if you own this home and you want to put it on Airbnb or shorter term rentals, look at this. This is amazing. So I love the wood paneling going all the way up. And I am a freak for attention to detail and little nice touches. So the developer put reading lights here under the bunks on both sides. So that is a really nice touch. And Morgan, right behind you, there's a walk-in closet. And then the bathroom is very similar to what we have in secondary bedroom number 1. It's literally the same setup, different tile, but it also goes floor to ceiling. You have the same type of glass sliding door entry, and it's mud set at the bottom, so that's a nice touch as well. All right, now stepping back out into the hallway, you have a linen closet here on this side. So this is great for servicing both of those bedrooms. You have a powder room here. And the other thing I like, instead of being exactly the same in every bathroom, you can see, folks, you have this brick wall painted that goes all the way up to the ceiling here. You have a different type of sink and different type of flooring. And you have the chair rail going around here. This is a job well done. Now, the other thing with this home is you have an elevator here. It is locked, so we can't go in. So for those of you who say, hey, I don't want to do the stairs, there is an elevator here. And before we get into the main part of the home, this is the pantry for the kitchen. And I really love this pantry. I love the color of the cabinetry. And take a look at the inside as well as the counters. Morgan, get a close-up of this. We have not seen on this channel a pantry that looked quite like this, have we?
No.
Really nice, and tons of cabinet space. And you have a second refrigerator with a freezer drawer on the bottom. So you know, it's hot summers, you have a lot of extra refrigerator space for beverages. All right, now before we cover this amazing great room, let me give you the specs to this home. It is 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, 4,044 square feet, sits on a lot that is 11,315 square feet, which is basically a 1/4 acre lot, pretty much right on the sand. You're gonna love this. And it is listed for $2,775,000. And I know for a fact there have been many people looking at this house already. So if you're looking for beach living, you definitely want to reach out to us. We can get you a private tour. All right, Morgan, let's continue with the tour. Now, look at the white oak island. This is obviously one of the largest islands we've seen on the channel. Beautiful quartzite countertops. And down below, you have some storage, beautiful pendant lighting. But Morgan, look at the size of this island. I mean, you could easily sit 4, possibly 5 bar stools there. But here, you have cabinets that go all the way up to the ceiling. So that's a nice job. I love the Wolf range here. 6 burner with the griddle. Incredible vent hood here. And one of my favorite things, the pot filler. Gotta have a pot filler. All right, now, the other thing we want to talk about is these quartzite counters. They're beautiful. You have soft close cabinetry, built-in refrigerator. And freezer side here. And you have, as I mentioned, a Wolf range, but the other appliances in here are JennAir, which is a really nice appliance line. So you have your microwave here. You have your double trash pull-out here. And you have a wine refrigerator with 2 different compartments. Okay. And then take a look at this, Morgan. You have basically a 3-slotted farmhouse sink. It's actually the first time I've seen a sink like this. So it gives you a lot of flexibility when you're washing dishes, placing dishes, drying dishes. You have 2 faucets here. Now that is the first that we've seen on the channel. And as I mentioned earlier, tons of windows. So you even have a window here right by the sink, one here, one up above. I think this is a really nice presentation for a kitchen. And then you have your dishwasher here. And on the opposite side of the sink, you have an ice maker. So they thought about pretty much everything. So it's nice to have a secondary ice maker especially when you're on the beach. Now, Morgan, where you're standing is literally the breakfast nook, if you will, but I have to talk about this light fixture here. Complete beach vibe. We have not seen a light fixture quite like this in any of the homes. And folks, we have toured over 50, almost 60 homes at this point, so we're excited to be showing you something on the beach. All right, now look at the size of this great room. You have a beautiful fireplace right here. Large flat screen TV. I would think this is probably a 70-inch is my guess, but you have the wood paneling going all the way up to the ceiling. And the other thing I want to point out, even with all of the windows, Morgan, if you pan up, look at how many LED lights are in the ceiling. Tons of them. So folks, this home is very well designed. It's a very thoughtful design. You also have here a built-in, literally this home is the perfect home for entertaining. Tons of cabinet space. You have 2 beverage refrigerators here. Same countertops that we have in the kitchen, so everything flows nice. And before we take you up to the second floor, we have to take you out on this main primary deck. Now you have a double door entry that feeds to this area, not just on this side, but on the other side of the deck from the main part of the living area as well. Very high ceilings out here, 12-foot ceilings as well. Tons of windows out here. But folks, this truly is what beach living is all about. Just imagine yourself sitting out here on this deck, some lounge chairs, some chases, having your drinks. Man, this is perfect. I mean, literally, folks, take a look at the beach. I mean, you have views panoramic, and if you look down this way to my right, you can actually see how the beach starts to curve around a little bit. So truly panoramic views. You have access to the beach. There's an entrance down further here, but you can't get any closer to the beach than this. Now, let's take you downstairs. I do want to point out that at nighttime, there are a lot of LED lights here in the ceiling, right there in the covered porch area, as well as here towards the edge. I love these white columns. It really helps maintain that beach vibe. This is just beautifully done. All right, so follow me downstairs. And we'll take a look at the backyard, if you will. And it's kind of funny saying backyard because the beach is right here on the other side. But this, once again, folks, this lot is 11,315 square feet from this fence all the way to the front. So it's a really nice sized yard. And Morgan, if you pan up, I know we got some shots from the drone of the whole house, but man, I really love the vibe of this. Folks, leave us a message in the comments. What do you think? If you were gonna live in a beach house, could you see yourself living here? And also, as we go through this tour, definitely leave us some comments as to what your favorite feature of this home is. Now, Morgan, let's take a look underside or underneath the deck here. And you have a secondary deck here, so you could easily set up some outdoor furniture here as well. It's a little bit more covered, not quite enclosed, but covered. And so there are multiple areas here if you're entertaining to have different functions going on in different areas of this home.
You also get a great view of the beach from this deck.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting? No matter where you're at, if you're on a beach, the energy that you have from being on the beach, you can't replace that with anything else.
Yeah, listening to the sound of the waves is so soothing.
I mean, it's amazing. We've toured some beautiful high rises with incredible city views. We've toured some, multi-million-dollar homes, but this just hits differently than anything else that we've shot for the channel. All right. Now, we mentioned when we were in the front of the house that you had 2 garage doors. And so you're going to be able to see those here. And you can see the length of this, folks. You can easily pull 2 cars, possibly 3. if you have a boat on a trailer and you want to keep it covered, this is a great place to back it in right here. And we don't have a key for this, but this is the door downstairs on the front of the house. And you can see where we started the tour right out here. More, you can step in here. You have another storage room. This one has an outlet in it, so another great space for storage. And we ran into a gentleman here earlier, and he said he has owned 4 beach homes over the years. He said this is extremely well built, so I want to point that out. And down here, you have an outdoor bathroom with a sink and an outdoor shower here. So if you're out on the beach, before people come in the house, they can easily come down here, rinse off, get all the sand off before coming upstairs into the home. So a lot of wonderful features. And then over here to the right, you have your outdoor kitchen. So you have a sink. Folks, all you need down here is a barbecue and you are absolutely good to go. So that concludes the first floor tour. So we're going to take you upstairs. And as I'm coming up the stairs, I want to point out that this beach vibe is completely maintained. Take a look at these beautiful wood stairs here, the wood paneling going up. And I love the fact that you have this steel railing that's open, allowing that light to flow through and keeping an open concept living all together. Now, Morgan, I do want to point out as well, look at the wood paneling that goes all the way from floor to ceiling as we go all the way up this stairwell. Another large window here allowing that light to come through. And so now we are technically on the second floor of this home. So let's go this way first. And here to the left, take a look at this laundry room. I love the tile selection here. You have a nice countertop, plenty of cabinetry, and you have 2 washers, 2 dryers, and what you can truly call a utility sink. And this is definitely what you need when you have a beach house. So well designed. Secondary bedroom number 3 right here. We already saw 2 bedrooms on the first floor. And this is a large bedroom. I mean, this could very well be large enough to be considered a primary, but it's just a large secondary. And you have an ensuite bath, as all the bedrooms do. Nice sized walk-in closet with built-in cabinetry and drawers. And I do want to point out here on this floor as well, you also have 8-foot high door frames. Morgan, I'll let you step inside the bathroom. Different countertop than what we saw downstairs. And I love the choice of the tile surround that is in the shower. Once again, this shower is mud set. You have another frosted window here, allowing that light to come in but maintaining the privacy. And a nice thing, we're going to get back to this a little later, but as I mentioned earlier in the tour, tons of decks on this house. This bedroom has direct access to the second floor deck, which we're going to show you in a little bit.
That view is just gorgeous. Imagine waking up to that every day.
That is something to wake up to every single day. I would absolutely love that. All right, so Morgan, let's make our way this way, and then we're going to come back and show the primary, because the primary is the primary. We have to save that for last. All right, so step inside secondary bedroom number 4, and this is on the front of the house. So the other point I want to make is that the developer of this house loved giving access to outdoor spaces. So even here on the second floor, on this bedroom, you can step out. You have your own private deck that faces out. And as you can see on this side, there's waterways out here and other beautiful homes. It's just a nice, serene area to come and chill. All right, Morgan, I'll let you go inside. And then here, you have, I wouldn't call it a walk-in closet, but you do have a nice closet. And by the way, folks, all of the ceiling fans have remote controls to set the speed and turn the lights on. And this also has an ensuite full bathroom. Nice large window here. This opens. I love the choice of the circular mirror here. And Morgan, you can see again, this time you have a tub shower combination, but you still have that basically tub to ceiling surround, and you have a nice niche built in right there for shampoo bottles. I really love this house. All right, now this is where the elevator would come up right here. Okay, now we're gonna make our way back because we wanted to save the primary bedroom for last. I will point out before we go inside, there's a nice linen closet right here. And Morgan, these are solid doors. I mean, they didn't cut back on anything in this house. All right, now folks, welcome to the primary bedroom. This is really beautifully done. First, let's talk about the size of this room and the fact that you also have a door that goes out on the second floor deck. And easily, king size bed. You have picture windows on either side of the headboard wall. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see the linear vents in the ceiling for your air conditioning as well as your heating. But I like the fact that this particular bedroom, you have this additional bunk out right here. So this could very easily be a nice seating area. Sometimes people want to put a little small desk, console table. Look at the fact that they put a TV hanging from the ceiling. So just imagine yourself laying in the bed right here. Look to the right, you have these beautiful beach views. And then you can look up, you can watch your favorite TV shows right here. And in the corner right here, Morgan, look at this marble right here. That is some of the sexiest, most exquisite marble I've seen. So this is a really nice touch. So you have your wet bar and your beverage refrigerator right here. And the choice of the paint colors, if you get a close-up of that and how it blends in with the greenish, bluish, turquoise color. I know I'm calling the color wrong, but it all flows very nicely. That's a job well done. Now let's step inside the primary bathroom, and this, I don't know, what do you call this? You call it glamorous, you just call it amazing. It's very bright in here because there's no lack of LED lighting. So you have your two vanities here, sinks, large mirror, frosted window. You have cabinetry built in. And look at the size of this soaking tub. Really nice job. I love the choice of the hardware. And then you even have a towel rack right here, which, woo, that's actually hot.
It's a towel warmer.
It's a
I was
towel
going to
warmer.
say something before you touched it.
I didn't think it was going to be that warm, but it's warm, folks. So that's a nice touch, because in the beach house, if you're here in the winter months, which you may be, it might not just be a seasonal home for you. You have all these marble floors. You want to come inside, and when you get out of this tub, you want to wrap your body with something nice and warm. Also, Morgan, let's talk about the fact that this tile surround goes from floor to ceiling and wraps all the way around the soaking tub area and into this large stand-up shower. And I like the fact that they continued with this kind of barn door style door, glass door, and a long, let me step in here, Morgan. Look at the size of this niche. I don't know how many shampoo bottles you need, but you have plenty of space. So this is a really nicely done bathroom. And then let's look at the primary closet. Now this is a thing that I talk about every single time, and you do as well, Martin, when we go to these homes. How many times have we been into a home and they did not take the closet all the way to the ceiling?
Right.
Here, not only do they take it all the way to the ceiling, they put the pull downs in, so if you have some other items, you can put them up top, sort of nice. And obviously, whoever's in this home, if you are a TV junkie, you're getting ready in the morning, you're watching your favorite news show, sports show, whatever it is, you have a TV in the closet as well. So I love this. You have built-in drawers, really nice, soft clothes, tons of cabinets, tons of shelves, tons of hanging space. Or what do you feel about this bathroom?
It's very pretty. I love the marble on the flooring all the way up to the ceiling. It's nice and clean and bright.
Absolutely. All right, so now we talked about this second floor deck. Let's step outside. All right, so you already saw the view from down below, which was very nice. This is even more dramatic because we are raised up a floor. Tons of lights in the ceiling. It's literally designed the same as the deck below. Step out. I could literally stand out here all day.
Yeah, same.
I wish we didn't have to go back into the city today. All right.
This is
The size of this deck is large, so tons of room for furniture. If you like to have plants, you have a water spigot on each side of this deck, so you can have a ton of plants out here. And this other door goes into that secondary bedroom. All right, let's go back inside. All right, so that concludes the tour of the second floor. We're going to take you up to the third floor of this home, and this is a pretty cool floor. I think you're really going to love it. So stick with us, because 4,044 square feet. This home feels a lot larger than that. Now there's some things, like I said, I point out a lot of details. So I do want to point this out here. Let's get a little technical. So you have blown in insulation. You have your water heater right here, but the energy efficiency in this house, I can tell you, is absolutely excellent. So plenty of storage space here as well. And there's a lot of little pocket doors like this that lead to storage spaces. All right, now, I spoke to the developer, and this area here, it was somewhat of an afterthought, but it came together quite nicely. So you can call this whatever you want. It could be utilized as another bedroom. There's a full bath right here. Morgan will let you step inside. And you have a fully tiled surround shower area, mud set with a bench seat inside. And then here, just showing you some more of the insulation, the ductwork. But this, whether it's a bedroom, a guest room, a game room, you can put a pool table in here. I love the color of this area. This kind of a bluish, tealish color. Paint here, the gray countertop, beverage fridge, and sink. Maybe you make this a poker room. Maybe you make it an exercise room would be a great choice as well. And then you have this narrow area here. They haven't finished painting in here, so that's about to happen. But you can see we're getting higher, and the views get to be even more dramatic from this high up. All right, so we are technically, this is the third floor. And as you can see here, more of the attic area with the ductwork and the insulation. And folks, I've seen a lot of homes. This is truly a well-built home. All right, so the last area we're going to share with you is the observation room and deck. And this is just such a sweet touch because, as you see when we get up here, you have a refrigerator here. So there's so many areas to entertain in this house. This is technically the fourth floor, right? So look at all the windows. You have 360-degree views of Galveston and the beach from up here. And we will step outside. I locked the door instead of opening it. Okay, there we go. Folks, I know I've said this before, but I absolutely love this home. If you're in the market for a beach home, this should be one of your homes to take a look at for sure. Look how high up we are looking down over the beach. And there's actually plenty of people set up on the beach with their little tents and tarps set up. You can sit up here and watch the seagulls fly by, watch the waves come crashing in. This is what beach life in Galveston and anywhere is all about. So that concludes our tour of this truly exceptional Galveston Beach home. I want to give a huge thank you to Kevin Peterson, who is a developer, for allowing us to tour this home. He has several other projects coming online over the next few months. We look forward to hopefully bringing those to you as well. Folks, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell so you get notified when we release new videos each and every week. And even more importantly, leave us some comments. What was your favorite feature about this house? Could you see yourself living in a home as beautiful as this? Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.